Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And we are back. Murph and I here in the live stream here discussing the Bronx Bombers in September. Murph, how are we feeling about the Bombers in September? And first of all, how you doing? We're finally back.
We're finally back, man. I'm doing good. As far as the Yankees go, hey, better, man. It hasn't been phenomenal baseball by any means, but it's been a lot better. Rough series against the Brewers. That was tough to swallow, but we did get that last one. But my man Judge, man, he's been a monster.
Absolute on fire. He's on Triple Crown watch, if you
Triple
don't know.
Crown watch.
He's only, I think, after tonight, which is what is today? The 20th. It is. He's like a few points behind. What is it? Arias and Freeman.
Yeah.
He is on an absolute tear, dude. And he's what, 2 homers away from the magical number 62.
2 away. Actually, he's 3 away. He's at 59. He's at 59 right now. He is 2 away from 62. Dude is on fire. He can do no wrong, man. He can do no wrong. And it's absurd that people are saying that Ohtani should be in the discussion for MVP. Like, dude, this dude's having, statistically speaking, the best season of all time.
Yes. And let alone, like, he has the last person to put up a slash line or the OP or finish with an OPS at over 700 or at 700 was Bonds.
Yeah.
And he's doing this all natural, no steroids.
Yeah. He's hitting for average. He's getting on base. He's hitting for power. Like literally he's not striking out a ton. And when he is, it's like 50-50, whether it's like on the blue or on him, and when he does strike out, you're not even mad at it because the next at bat, he's giving you something. He's working walks.
Did you hear the crazy stat that, like, compared to the rest of the league, he's pitches in the zone, he is crushing. Like any pitch in the zone, it's his. And he gets half the amount of pitches in the zone compared to every other guy in the major leagues. So anything that does come into his zone, he's hitting. Everything else is kind of out of the zone. And yet he doesn't lead the league in walks. Soto is ahead by, like, I don't know, some absurd number, like 126. He says very good plate discipline. But the man is just on a different level, and whatever he's seeing, he's hitting. So
yeah. I mean, dude, it's ridiculous. Like, don't get me wrong. Ohtani's had a hell of a season, man. Like, I think any other season, I'd say no doubt, give it to him. But this dude is literally about to shatter the record. 62. That's all he needs. Plenty of games left. He could do it tonight even. If he really wanted to, he could still do it tonight, right? How are you not giving it to this guy? Like, he's on Triple Crown watch. Like,
if they don't give it to him, it would be one of the biggest blows of the major league commissioner and the voters and the writers, or whoever votes on it nowadays. I don't even know with all these changes, but it would just be absurd, because I've heard even talks of putting Justin Verlander in the MVP mix, Ohtani in the MVP mix. Of course, Ohtani, but again, like, he is far levels ahead in WAR.
Yeah.
And again, Ohtani's pitching great, so his WAR should technically be higher. It's just that, the fielding does play, I think, a little bit into WAR, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, you get a little bit boost there from Aaron Judge. He does play, in my opinion, gold glove caliber defense out there in wherever he gets put out there. But tonight, as we're seeing in the Yankee-Pirates game, as we're live right now, we are seeing Aaron Judge finally getting a little break out there in the outfield. He's moved back over to right field as who took over? Harrison Bader took over, and he's already won my heart over compared to Aaron Hicks. Just letting you know.
Yeah, dude, it didn't take much, man. Like, literally, I think he could have walked 4 times, and I think I would have rather had him over Hicks any day of the week, man. Hicks is just such a pain in the ass, and I know he had a really good game 3 against the Brewers. Don't care, man. I've been through this roller coaster with him plenty enough. He's a pain in the ass, say the least. it's just no consistency is the biggest thing. No consistency.
And he's complaining about not playing.
Yeah, you're not playing because you suck, man. You're terrible.
And I don't know if you I'm guessing you saw. I think this happened while our little time gap, but Hicks dropped the fly ball and then proceeded to stare at it and then walk after it.
I was at that game. That was Derek Jeter night. That was Derek Jeter night. I watched it happen. So first of all, the people are already showering this dude with booze because first at bat strikes out, no surprise. Second at bat with runners on base, big blow, and then he gets out to the outfield, and you could feel bothered by the at bat, and fly ball, like you said, he missed it, and for whatever reason, he thought it was a foul ball. Like he didn't even realize it was a fair ball, so he's just standing there like, God, how could I do that? How could I miss that? And meanwhile, guys are just revolving around the bases, free runs, 2 runs score off a result of that. And then the very next play, another fly ball hits his way. And it's a tough play, but it's a play that an outfielder of his caliber should make. And he drops it. And then another run scores.
Of his Aaron Hicks defensive quality that we so need from him, especially with the amount of money that we've paid him as a organization.
Yeah, dude, rough stuff. He's been terrible on both sides.
Another, I can say welcome back, but not really welcome at all. Giancarlo Stanton, since his return, I think he's got 1 homer, cool, but this man has gone on an all-time low slump. Very bad stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently yesterday, the other game in the game 3 in Milwaukee, he tightened up his stance and he looked even more uncomfortable up there at the plate. So, not the time to be playing around with your hitting.
Yeah, I can only suspect he's still hurt. Like I don't think he's 100% at all.
Yeah,
and I don't think he'll ever be the rest of the season. And nice little base hit from Torres. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's gonna be rough. It's a rough go of things, man. Like everyone's dropping like flies. Everyone's hurt except for like Judge. I think he's the only guy who's 100% healthy as of right now. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. Like DJ, there's questions if he's coming back at all this season. His big toe, and you could tell, dude, that whole month of him like playing through it, it was bad. Like he couldn't hit the ball at all. He couldn't play defense.
Not focused really. Which again, he's hurt. Hard to stay focused. This playoff roster, man, is going to be a fun one.
As of right now, we're playing the winner of either the Guardians or the Mariners. I like my chances in both those games.
Yes, I really do like my chances in both those games.
Now, we will have to play, let's be honest, we're playing the Houston Astros in the ALCS.
Wait, so who are the Astros going up against?
They would go against the Rays or the Blue Jays.
If the Jays go, they could mess around. They could.
Hey, let's not get ourselves here.
So you got Framber with what?
Let's not. I'd love to believe. I would love to believe that in some universe the Blue Jays would beat the Houston Astros. Right? I'd love that. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening. It's going to be the Astros against the Yankees in the ALCS as of right now. On paper, that's what it should be. And let's be honest, right now, I think the Astros are spanking us. They're going to go ahead and just throttle us.
As of right now, yes.
As of right now. And Frankie Montes has hit the IL, shoulder inflammation. We're still waiting on Sevy to get back. We have no idea what he's going to look like. As of right now.
He's coming back game 2 in this series.
Game 2? I hope so.
Apparently game 2 or 3 he's slated to be in.
He needs to. I mean, right now, we have Cole, we have Nestor, and as of right now, it's Jameson pitching game 3. I don't like that.
I mean, I'd rather Jameson than Montas right now because Montas
Montas is terrible, man.
I think he's hurt.
He's probably been hurt all year.
He's hurt all year, or the Yankees need 1 year with him to fix his slider because it's just not breaking. And
I think this offseason will fix him up. I think this offseason flicks him up because you saw a really significant improvement from the pitchers this offseason. Like they came in the season pretty hot, and we saw it for a large stretch of the season, right? Because for the first time, the Yankees have actually taken the due diligence to give guys off-season workouts, which is something that, believe it or not, doesn't happen in the MLB a lot, right? You normally when guys in the offseason, it's up to you to stay in shape, to stay healthy, to do your progressions, your workouts, and be ready for spring training. Yep. Right? That's all in the players. The Yankees finally took a different approach, and they gave these guys basically homework. They're like, here, this is what we expect. They went to the gas station, as they're calling it, in their spring training facility, where they recorded all of the arm releases, all of the arm angles, and they're like, we want it here, or, you're hitting it on your fastball, keep it there, work on this in the offseason. Mm-hmm. And it paid dividends for the longest time. And I think right now we're seeing guys hurt. And I think Frankie, unfortunately, I think he will benefit this offseason from resting and not throwing, and hopefully eventually being able to get on the Yankee workout regiment.
Yeah. Because I don't think the Athletics do anything. It seemed as though they just kind of go out there and do their own thing.
The Athletics are a dumpster fire, man. They're trying to leave. They're trying to get out of Oakland, get it to Vegas. They want new ownership. The Angels want new ownership. So interesting to see what they do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just a lot of untimely injuries right now. Like our bullpen's in shambles. Like everyone's going on and off the IL every day. Yeah, like I said, potentially not having DJ for the rest of the year is going to hurt a lot. Potentially not having Benintendi.
They're saying he could just come back as just like a defensive role. Like I just let him. If he's not going to come back, just let him go.
For who, DJ or Benintendi?
Benintendi.
Yeah, like the whole reason we got him was because he was that nice in between for us, where he could play defense, but he could also hit for average, right? And that was so important for us.
This injury can lower his stock a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm cool. I from the start want to bring him back, but again, I don't know what he's going to want. He's what, a 2-time All-Star since Boston, or a one?
Yeah. Well, he's one All-Star since Boston,
and not a pretty good year in between, or just this was his first good year.
So he had the 2020 season, which was terrible. 21 was okay. Yeah. And then this year, it's just like Benintendi's kind of back.
Yeah.
He's the notion.
I'm cool with signing him. If we can get him for cheap, why not? But we're going to have to pay Judge the bag, the Brinks truck. You got to roll.
Dude. I mean, I think it's funny that beginning of the season, people are like, no way Judge would command more than this, right? Even the owner of the Mets, he was like, I'm not paying Judge more than what the Yankees offered. I beg to differ, man. He's on the cusp of a triple crown. He's on the cusp of breaking a record. He literally might have the best statistical MLB season of all time, just as a total package. He did it all from playing center and right field. I think teams should back up the dump truck for this guy and give him all the money he wants in the world. Yeah. I think the Yankees need to be that team.
The thing is, what team is going to give him the contract? The Mets, I'm sorry, but the Mets aren't going to do it.
No, they can't afford to. They're going to potentially lose DeGrom this offseason. He's going to be a free agent. They need to re-sign DeGrom. And DeGrom could ask for $50 million a year, man. That's how good he is.
I think he can ask. I think he can almost, if not reach a $300 million contract, $350 the way he's pitching. He can command a very big contract per year.
They just need to be smart. He had injury issues last year. Then coming into spring, they said, you are potentially having shoulder problems. I know. Why don't you throw 7 innings? And to me, I don't know why they're having their two older aces, who are still aces, but they're older. They're up there in age. They both had injury issues, and they're both throwing like full games in spring training. Made no sense. Both of them go out early in the season and have had injury issues on and off throughout the season. But regardless, you pay Jacob deGrom because what he could be another Cy Young winner. He could go off and win it 2 more times before he retires easily. That's just how talented and how good he is. So, yeah, they're going to have their fair share of free agents there. You could see a team like the Giants, possibly. A lot of talks to them. People like to say the Red Sox. That would make no sense in my opinion. They need
He
pitching.
signs with them. What are you gaining?
Yeah, like they're losing Bogarts, they're losing Martinez. They're probably going to lose Devers. So
you gain him. You have no pitching whatsoever. You have no bullpen whatsoever, and you have two really outstanding two really good prospects. Actually, three: Meyer, Jordan, and Sade, Rafaela, whatever. Which these guys aren't ready for another 2 to 3 years. So you're stuck with Judge. You know, he's going to hit 300 for you, and you have him in Story, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a rough look. So I don't buy that at all. I wouldn't buy the Rays dipping in to go get him.
They cannot afford. They'll have to sell the stadium if they.
Yeah, I doubt he would sign with the Astros. I just don't think. I think that bridge is burnt.
I don't think he likes the Astros at all.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen. Yeah, I don't know a lot of teams that can afford Aaron Judge in his entirety. So, yeah, the Yankees need to put up a huge offer for him. And I think this offseason needs to be a reawakening of this team. Let's be honest, guys need to go. Hicks needs to go. Sorry, not sorry. He needs to go. Gleyber Torres, I'm sorry, he needs to go.
We need.
He's been better as of late, but we can't do this anymore. We can't do this.
When Peraza has played, he has done good. He's done very good.
That's the other thing, by the way. Why is he up if he's not playing every day?
He's literally just sitting I would rather watch Peraza make errors out there than watch IKF, the supposed established Gold Glove player, go out there and make what is it, 20th error of the season the other day that cost us the game versus Milwaukee in Game 2.
Yeah, it's like, dude, the whole reason you got IKF was because you sold Yankee fans that we had a shortstop in the system, right? We have either Volpe or Peraza. One of these two is the franchise shortstop. So IKF is the stop.
They're going to be up the middle.
So the whole idea is IKF is just here to keep the spot warm, to be a body until one of those two young guns is ready. Peraza's here. He looks ready. Why isn't he every day, man? It just makes no sense. It's not like IKF has been playing lights out on either side of the ball.
Only at third base, he's been playing lights out.
Dude, I watched him play third base live. Did not look good.
2 games. What was it? 2 games he broke out at third base, and then 1 game was just blah. You saw the blah game.
It did not look good. Like, it's just his arm strength doesn't look good. He throws kind of mid, sidewinder. It doesn't look like he's got the arm strength to make it. His decision making is not. Yeah, he's shaky, dude. It's shaky. I don't get how he won a Gold Glove based on what I saw. I don't know. It could have been a really bad game that I saw, but man, it didn't look good.
You just can't. Maybe he doesn't have the Yankee spotlight. You know, the same thing. Sonny Gray, Frankie Montas. Hopefully not. Hopefully we learn from our mistakes. But again, I do see Peraza. I could easily see Peraza and Volpe up the middle with DJ LeMahieu at third base. You know,
I think Donaldson needs to go. Yeah, Donaldson needs to go. Hicks. Donaldson needs to go. That's going to be a hell of a I don't know how they're getting him off the team.
I think they're going to have to pay half his contract or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be something ridiculous, or they're going to have to trade a top end guy. I don't know. They're going to have to find a way to get him off the team though. They got to move Hicks, Torres.
Torres, I think we can get a nice haul for.
They can get a starter for Torres, which I think they should go back to Miami and try to iron out that deal for a starter because we're going to need it. Because let's be honest, I don't think Jameson's coming back. No. Not that he wouldn't want to. I just don't think the Yankees are going to pay him to come back. I don't.
Because they don't want this. They don't want the inconsistency. I think they would rather watch Clark.
They shouldn't want him back. Better. So.
Yes.
Because I like Jameson, but dude, we need guys we need a number 2. That's the problem. We need a number 2. We've got Cole. Nestor's pretty good. I guess he's a number 2, but we need another guy of that.
Another guy that could step in and be the 2. You know, a 2-3 guy.
Yeah.
And again, we could find that hopefully in Severino. We just need him to have a full healthy year to finally see what he's capable of. I think he had a decent year thus far, despite being hurt. Which some people say was just they needed to rest him. He needed a lot of rest, whatever. Which again, it happened.
That was that same little Nestor phantom injury. remember that Nestor groin injury? I bet you that was the same thing, except
Phantom IL.
Yeah, no, it's Phantom IL all day. Like they were just, hey, dude, you're way over your innings. We're not risking this. We're just not doing it. So, and if anything, they were smart for doing it. And then again, this is one of those things that bites you in the ass when you went and you traded all your pitching depth away. Like they had Jordan Montgomery, they traded him away. They had a guy like Wesneski or whatever. They had
shoving in the Cubs, dude, for the Cubs. Like he had I don't know if you saw his first start highlights.
I didn't.
Dude.
I wanted to watch. I forgot to watch it.
When I mean like next level filth, like his slider is like a plus pitch, his sinker A+, and he's got a dirty changeup from his arm slot, from like the 3/4 arm slot, and his weird funky motion. It's good. It's good stuff.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Yeah. When we got, again, who's to say Scott Effross can't be good for us? Which he was good for us, but I think he's due back very soon, either this series or next series. So that's good. But if DJ does come back, who goes down?
Peraza.
Again, Peraza has to go down.
He should have been down by now, not because he doesn't warrant an MLB stint. It's just, dude, he's not playing every day. You're stunting his growth.
Yeah.
Dude should be playing every day. Give him all the run. Give him all the run. He should be playing every day, no doubt. And it's just ridiculous that they're doing this to him. Like, I get it. He's ecstatic to be on the roster, right? He wants to be up there in the big leagues, even if it's on the bench. But next year, this team should and will look completely different.
It's gonna look very young. A new Yankees.
Yeah, it should be Volpe at short. It should be Peraza at second. It should be Cabrera paddling for time somewhere.
I think Cabrera plays left field. I think Cabrera, because he's taking reps out there in left now.
Yeah.
He played today in left. So put him out there in left. You have Bader in center, and you have, Lord willing, we get Judge back, which I really do believe we'll get him back.
Yeah.
He plays right field. And then that is a kind of a stacked infield. And you got Rizzo. That's a really good infield.
And then probably kick Higgy to the curb. You got Ben Rorkvet, who's going to take his spot.
Did you see he got called up?
Yeah.
And I was like, where is this guy? There's no.
They didn't play him. They didn't play him at all.
He called him up and let him ride the bench.
That was crazy. It was like, they're so excited to let Higgy catch like 3 games in a row. Like, why not give Ben a game? I don't
let him have 1 game. You know,
apparently he's supposed to be a hell of a game manager. And he's a lefty, so I don't know.
Yeah. One thing about at least Cabrera, next year, and I think possibly even, I think this postseason he should get on the postseason roster with the way he's playing. You know, a utility guy, he can play everywhere, switch hitting bat. At least for next year, he can go out there and win a job out there in left, and then if a guy needs a rest day in the infield, he could go into the infield and play good. Yep. The guy saved, I want to say, 5 runs already from the outfield.
Some ridiculous like that, yeah.
Great plays, electric stuff. And I heard on the John Boy podcast, so I'm just going to copy it kind of. But he's not afraid to, like, be himself. Like, he showed up in, like, his, like, little, like, necklace, and he's having fun. He's throwing the grenade. He's doing his thing. And it's one of the guys that Boone doesn't need, as John Boy said, doesn't need to keep safe from the media. He's always babying Aaron Hicks, babying Donaldson, Stanton, and that this guy just comes up here, no fear, plays himself, plays his style, and he's doing his job. So I'll take that every day, and I do think he's going to get on this postseason roster. I think
he needs to.
I think he starts out there in left field.
Yeah, unless like a DJ and a Benintendi are coming back, or like a Matt Carpenter as well. Like I don't see how he wouldn't make this team, this postseason roster. And again, no idea about those 3. Have you heard any? Like I hear Matt Carpenter might be ready next week.
Yeah, they said either he's ready next week, or they said next week or ALCS.
Yeah, dude. At that point, don't bring him back.
No.
Like I don't need the bat who's been out for like 2 months, right? We don't need that. Like, I love Matt Carpenter. I would wish nothing more than him come back and be the hero. It's not happening, man.
Unless we're going to keep him on the bench and he's just like that feared bat that we could throw up there and we don't know what he could do. Because he's a postseason hero.
I guess in theory he could. You never know, I guess. You never know. So, and I'd rather have him than Marwin out there, I guess. But
and Marwin's dizzy now because he got banged in the head by that unlucky toss from the catcher, which was very funny. But that was what took him to get off the team. But the whole Aaron Hicks Cabrera situation out there on left, it's pretty much the same player. And you have a young guy who's playing with confidence besides Aaron Hicks. The same player in the sense of switch hitter, outfielder. Cabrera has speed. He's younger and a utility guy. Hicks, older, less motivated. I don't think he's motivated at all to do good.
No, for his team. Dude just wants a paycheck, and he's more than willing to be done.
Because he doesn't need to earn anything now. He has his paycheck. Yeah. He robbed us, and yeah.
Rough misplay by Aaron Rizzo. Had double play ball. Unfortunately, mishandled it, misthrew it. Now runners on first and third. Top of the eighth.
Tough.
Great look. But yeah, dude, this and should the Yankees trade Giancarlo Stanton?
You leave a hole.
I think you do it and you try like hell to find a way to get Ohtani on this team.
Really?
I really think you do. But the problem is that would cost you a top-end prospect that if we're going by our standards, that it's going to be a part of the future of this team, right? You're talking about having to give up Volpe, Dominguez, probably Austin Wells.
Peraza.
Not necessarily, because they don't really have a ton of leverage, because Ohtani's leaving. They've made it clear they're selling the team, so they're just trying to clear payroll.
Yeah.
So you could, in theory, do that, but I don't know what the deal would look like is the problem. I don't know how they're operating anymore over there.
It could be a fire sale for prospects. It could even be a draft pick. We don't know what they're looking for out there. Because I did not see, and there were there were mock deals. There was no rumors from actual teams of what it was going to take to get Ohtani. But the only reason I say, because if we do get Ohtani some way, shape, or form, however the hell it happens, and we somehow keep some of our core, that would be awesome. Even if he eventually grows out of his pitching role, which as age goes on, who knows? These pitchers from overseas normally have a longer pitching shelf life, but they kind of get worse as they get on. We don't know how that's going to pan out. He's doing well thus far, but he can always turn into that like Hideki Matsui kind of feared lefty batter at Yankee Stadium, which again I would love. Or just he would be his own version of himself for the Yankees.
I'm very curious to see what they do this offseason.
Yes, because you sign Aaron Judge. That cannot be your only move.
No.
It cannot.
No.
Because we cannot run it back with this team. We have to let the young guys play. I don't think Volpe will be on the team to start the season. I think Peraza is going to win a spot. I think Cabrera is going to win a spot. Hicks will somehow still be on this roster because I don't think anyone's going to take him.
Dude, they've got to move him. I won't accept him on this team in any way, shape, or form. They've got to move him. If no one takes him, cut him. Cut him. There's no point in keeping him, Andrew.
Because I'm just saying, if Carpenter comes back, DJ comes back. Who else comes back?
Benintendi.
Efros comes back, and Benintendi comes back. You send down Peraza. You send down another sort of any other reliever. You send down.
They would send down Andujar, who's on the bench, and LaCastro.
Okay. There's always an option to DFA Hicks.
They're not going to do that. Not yet.
No, but I'm just saying, like they can be that ball. They can be the ballsy move and DFA him, like, because if he leaves us, what contender is going to pick him up?
That's not the issue, but I think the Yankees, they're going to try like hell to move him for any sort of, like, look at Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo was a waste of space, and we got technically our number 10 prospect from them.
Dude, he's shoving Beater, dude. And I was so worried with his stats. 5'4". Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Not great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, dude, they're going to try like hell to move him for anything. They're going to try like hell. They really are. They're not going to just DFA him. Like, unless it's like come spring training and they're just like, dude, we need the spot. And then, yeah, they'll DFA him then. Yeah. But until that time comes around, they're going to hold on to him and they're going to try to move him for whatever they can get.
Yeah. I'll take whatever we can get. But again, like you said, Joey Gallo, Clayton Beater, dude, the guy Beater, he throws kind of wonky, but he's got some good stuff and he throws gas too. So
yeah.
Again, you never know, could win a spot next year.
We might have to, man. I mean, I don't know what they're doing for the starting rotation next year, man. I really don't know what they're going to do. Because as of right now, it's Cole, it's Nestor long term. Mm-hmm. Montez and Sevy will only have one more year apiece. Next year will be their last year. And then Jameson's a free agent. So they're going to have to replace Jameson with someone. It better not be Herman. That better not be the long-term solution.
He's not. He is not a solution. He's. I don't know if he has a spot on. I think the next up team he's going to end up on is like the Reds or the Giants or he doesn't belong, or the Marlins kind of thing. You know, he gets thrown in there with Torres.
The Marlins don't want him. They got a stacked rotation. They don't want him.
They do have a filthy rotation. Dude.
They've got some young guns who are coming up that look really nasty too.
Khalil Watson. What is that? Yeah. Who else? Let alone Alcantara. Dude,
yeah.
Disgusting stuff.
It's disgusting, bro.
Playoff time. We'll continue to talk off season later, but playoff time. You think the Yankees are bringing up Britton, like he's their secret weapon, or is he just?
They need some, dude. Because I tell you what, this bullpen has looked worse and worse every time they've come out. It's been bad.
We cannot have Chapman. People were even saying Chapman may not make the postseason roster. You know, because Schmidt has done way better this season than Chapman, and it's just like, who are you going to send down, Chapman or Schmidt? Are you just going to keep Chapman for what he could be capable of, or you're going to take the guy who's been good this year, which is sad to say. And another thing, AA rehab start. Steven Ridings, the unicorn, made his rehab stint in Somerset. I don't know if you saw dude. He's throwing fuzz.
Fuzz. I don't want to get excited about him because I just, dude, like,
get your hopes up.
Yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up, and I think they're gonna call him up. I've heard they're thinking about calling him up. And he's alluded to it apparently that, like, hey, might be back soon. Like,
dude, I like he's one of the most active guys on Twitter for the Yankees, and he's not even on the Yankees yet.
No,
technically, but
dude, no, he's not. He had one outing, man. He had one outing. He's not on the Yankees. That would be like Ryan Weber's on the Yankees. He's not on the Yankees, man.
The fact that if the Yankees win a World Series, he gets a ring.
That's crazy.
Very
That's crazy.
Going forward, though,
does Joey Gallo get a ring?
I think so.
Damn it!
So he has 2 opportunities to get a ring.
Yeah, he does. That bastard. He's gonna get one. I just know it.
The thing is, if we're looking at the NL, I don't think the Mets are going to win the World Series.
No,
I really believe the Dodgers are.
I think it's the If the Dodgers don't choke, it's theirs.
Yes,
barring injury, of course.
Not make it out of the NL. Whoever they lose to in the CS will lose in the World Series. Period. Whether it be to the Yankees, whether it be to the Astros, I don't think any of the wild card teams are actually going to make it past the CS. I don't.
Horrible news.
What happened?
30-run home run. Off of Clay Holmes.
Did Rodolfo Castro hit it?
Yeah.
What's going on with him too?
He's horrible, dude. He's just falling off a cliff, man. He's terrible. He's actually so bad now.
Has he fallen off a cliff, or it's he's still injured? Because that's the
dude. Everyone's hurt. Dude. At some point, someone's got to suck it up and just play. Just be good. Who cares if you're hurt? I can't take it anymore, man. If you're on the mound, you're good. You better bring it. He's on the mound.
Dude, his sinker's flat. He has no slider. He's been getting in Milwaukee. He got throttled.
He got torched, man, and he's still getting torched
by the Pirates.
Look at this disrespectful bat flip too. The most disrespectful. He looked over the dugout. He flung it. Disrespectful. Horrible.
We haven't gotten disrespected by O'Neal Cruz yet.
I'd almost rather him disrespect us than anybody else.
Than Rodolfo.
Than this no-name loser.
Not even a top prospect. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Looking forward right now. First round. Who'd you say we were probably playing?
Seattle or the Guardians as of right now.
As of right now. I don't think the O's are going to battle it out.
No,
again.
I think the O's are pretty much done. I think they're out of it.
They had a good season, though.
They had a really good season. They should be really happy. And this offseason, they should be active. They should be active this offseason trying to get anybody they can.
They had almost a full house a few times during their nice little streak there, which is pretty cool to see out there in Baltimore because they have a nice storied franchise of good teams. So, if we do play I'm only a little bit nervous for the Mariners because
Luis Castillo coming in house carving us up.
Yeah, I think we can beat Logan Gilbert easily. We've
done it. We've done it twice, right?
Yeah. No, we split with Gilbert.
Did we really?
Lost game 1, and then we throttled them game 2 in Seattle. Luis Castillo, though, I'm not really excited. Again, he hasn't ever pitched in the playoffs.
He's carved us up bad twice.
Not in the playoffs.
He's carved us up bad. And we have better teams then.
I'm the king of preaching everything's different in the playoffs.
And I would agree with you to the fullest extent, but I'm also looking at who we're going to put out there in the playoffs, and it's going to look a lot like 2020 when we got like the replacements in Aaron Judge.
Todd Frazier and Chase Headley.
But that was a good team. That's a team that should have won it all.
Yeah.
That was a team that should have won it all. This is not that team. I wish this was that team. Like,
if we had that team today, I would say we could possibly go out there and win a World Series this year.
If they were performing like they did then, yes. If they weren't, then no.
The thing is, we have the capability to be a championship winning team.
Yeah.
No one's performing across the board besides Judge. Cabrera's on a hot streak besides today. He was in the Brewer series. He was like 5 for 12 or 6 for 12 or some stupid number. He's starting to find his stroke. And then the bottom of the lineup is kind of abysmal again. The black hole. But Bader's making it look good today, especially. Did something else bad happen? Or
no, I'm just looking at this roster, man. I'm looking at the lineup. Because right now,
what happened. That's the bad thing.
Yeah, I'm like looking at this starting lineup, and if nothing changes, this is probably the lineup they're rolling off for the game 1 of the division, right? It's Judge leading off, possibly Bader. Like this could change. They could change the order in theory, but I don't think they will. It'll probably be Judge, Rizzo, Torres, Donaldson, Stan, Cabrera, Bader, IKF, Trevino. Right, that's probably your starting 9.
Which isn't
not necessarily in that order.
Isn't horrible. It isn't. Like,
it's not great though, man.
In theory, they're all
like on paper. Yeah, I write this on paper, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not the maddest.
But I'm looking at it now, and
I'm looking at the numbers, man. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at who's playing, who's not. Right. I'm looking at Rizzo, band 226. What saves it for him? His OPS, 834. Fine. Rizzo, you're fine. All right, I give you a pass. Torres has been battling. He's been playing better as of late. But I don't know if I can put stock into him going into the playoffs against really good teams. Donaldson, atrocious, man. I don't like unless he gets like a hanger, I'm not expecting anything from him offensively. Sten, pretty much the same thing, man. Right now, he can't catch up to the fastball to save his life. He's guessing on off speed, and that was his bread and butter.
Water if he fell out of a boat.
It's bad, dude. Like he's batting 208. Like I've never seen this man ever bat 208. Horrible. Cabrera. I mean,
he's finding it, but again, we don't.
He's finding it, but like you like to preach, the playoffs are a different animal, man. And he hasn't played in the playoffs. He's still very young. And
what, 20, 23, 22, maybe?
I think he's 22. Yeah, something like that. Can you really like bet on him to be a solution in left field?
No.
Probably not.
I think, again, defensively, yes. Yeah. Better than Hicks, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll again, throw him out there, please, instead of Hicks in the playoffs. I'd rather
they probably will play Hicks now that I really think about it, but I'm really hoping it's Cabrera. I hope they prove me wrong because Cabrera's been the starting guy since forever, and I think if you were going to put Hicks as your starting day left fielder for playoffs, he would be out there. Bader will be your starting center fielder. I'm not mad at it as of right now. I'm more than happy to fall in love with it. As of right now, IKF will be your starting shortstop, and I'm not furious at it. And
who else? We can't start Peraza in the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, they're not going to, like, they should. They really should. Like, if they give him all these games, they probably couldn't make that argument.
If he played from the end of August to end of September, and if he batted like 250, start him in the playoffs.
Yeah, then just move IKF to third and put Donaldson on the bench.
Because, again, IKF, he'll hit the ball. He'll drive in a few runs. But the thing is, he does what the team kind of needs him to do. If they need him to get a guy over, he'll get a guy over. So I'm fine. I'm not pissed off at his bat. I don't expect him to hit to a great shortstop. I would need him to field the ball like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Which he hasn't done all year, sadly.
No.
Trash can.
Oh, by the way, that game that I saw in person, he made like 2 errors that they didn't count.
Dude, again, I think the Brewers scorekeeper is the last mean scorekeeper out there because they finally gave him an error.
Yeah.
He has like 8 more errors onto what he has, which I'm checking right now. Wow. Javier Baez has the most errors in the league. Damn.
Yeah. He's not looking good either.
Kiner Falefa, 15 errors. I think he really has like 23 to 25 errors this season. There's been a lot of balls booted. They said the play against the Brewers, only like 2 shortstops would have made that play. It was a backhand play, though. It was just a 2-step backhand. Because that was a routine for Jeter. Take a 2-step to the left, backhand it, and throw it. It was simple. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I just can't. I'm not going to lie, dude. Going into the playoffs, I think we will win the first round. Mm-hmm. And I think it depends who we play. If we play the Mariners, we will probably lose the game against Luis.
Yes.
We will probably win.
Correct. 5.
Yeah, best of 5.
Best of 5.
I think it might go to game 5.
We could mess around and beat.
We'll either sweep them or we're going to game 5. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Julio's going to show out against us. I really don't want him to put us on the map like he's going to. I'm a little bit. I don't want to get.
It'll either go to game 5. It'll go to game 5 depending on 2 people, depending on Luis Castillo and Robbie Ray. If Robbie Ray shows up like he did the last time he faced us, we're going to game 5. If he doesn't show up, we're gonna sweep him.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna give him the gentleman sweep.
What for?
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah. And then we'll go play the Astros, and we're gonna get throttled.
That's what I'm really not excited for. Is like the hype.
Because I can't even like what am I gonna get happy about? Like I look at they handled us all year in New York and in Houston, right? My only saving grace was that we got the number 1 seed. We play more games in New York than we did in Houston. That gives us a fighting chance. We didn't do that. We're not gonna do that.
Blew it away.
Blew it away. Just said, bye-bye. We don't want it.
We have to face. I don't know if it's Hunter. Do you see that guy Hunter Brown for them?
No, I didn't.
He has the exact same mechanics as Justin Verlander.
Love it.
And he.
I love that for them.
Very, very good stuff. But they have Verlander, who the Cy Young year. They have Framber Valdez, who has 30 consecutive quality starts.
Yeah,
something like that. Who else? Who else do they have?
I have to look at their team again. I don't really want
Christian
to. But
Javier.
Yeah,
he's
really good.
Did he know? I think he no hit us, right? We have him.
We did no hit us. Oh no. Yeah, dude. No, listen. That's not gonna be a fun series to watch as of right now.
And they have Luis Garcia, who is probably the worst option from them, and the guy Hunter Brown, 6'2", right-handed pitcher. He has in 2 starts, 15 innings pitched, 0.93 WHIP, 1.2 ERA. He has the exact same mechanics as Justin Verlander. So,
yeah, dude, I hate to be that guy and that pessimist. Like, I really want to say believe and blindly follow. I can't do it.
We have to see how the Yankees play.
I have to see who's going to be on the damn roster.
Yeah.
If they can get a DJ back, if they can get a Benintendi, a Matt Carpenter, okay, dude, I might be back in.
You're picking 2.
I'm picking 2?
Picking 2 of those 3. Who are you taking back?
DJ. Carpenter.
And you're getting their former self.
Oh, DJ Carpenter.
You're not taking Benintendi.
I like Benintendi a lot, but if I'm getting themselves, I'm getting Carpenter, who's hitting home runs every other game for me.
Yes. I think if he does come back, he will return to his former self. I do believe in that. I do have faith in that.
I appreciate your optimism.
I'm trying to be optimistic.
I want to be. I want to be there with you, but I can't, dude. They've sucked the life out of me. Mm-hmm. For a month and a half, they played the worst baseball I've ever seen.
It's not been a good time to be.
They couldn't even buy a hit.
We went through a very rough August, and this is not a great September. It really isn't a good September.
Yeah, no, and they're so hard-headed. It's dude, Donaldson can't hit.
Stop playing him.
Stop playing him, dude. You already did it with Hicks. You kicked him to the curb, put IKF at third, and put Peraza at short and see what he can do, man.
Because I'm telling you, you put him, you let Torres play, I guarantee you'll have that nice Venezuelan power up the middle. The same way that what other team did that? The Houston Astros.
Oh, that's right.
Let the
dude, just let them play, man. They should, but they're not.
What?
They're not going to do it though, because they're hard-headed, and for whatever reason, they won't do it. They won't, and it's all based off of money and not merit. Josh Donaldson does not deserve to play. He doesn't deserve to start. Yeah, and it sucks, man. And that's why next season I need to see some drastic changes in the roster, man. We really can't be doing this nonsense. Chapman's gone, Britton's gone. It'd be interesting to see what they do with Chad Green. Do they do a 1-year kind of minimum deal and then a second year, here's your money, go prove it type of deal? Or do they do the Tommy Kahnle? They kick him to the curb? I don't know. We
can't have him kicked to the curb. We cannot lose.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know.
Because then again, it's you sign Judge, and then you have only a certain amount of guys out in the minor leagues that you can call up to get the job done.
Yeah.
And we traded one of those guys in Sears to the Oakland Athletics, and then Monty's not coming back in the offseason. He will sign with Cardinals, or he'll get a bigger deal somewhere else. Because quite frankly, I think he deserves it. He's been
pitching out of his mind.
Yeah, I don't think this is like his true self. He's just riding the wave right now, and the hype of actually being with the team who's actually scoring runs for them. But it won't last. But he's going to get a nice deal next year, whether it be from the Cardinals or someone else.
I'm trying to think who the Yankees could even go after this offseason that would, like, as far as pitching is concerned, that would actually make a difference. But I don't know. We'll talk about that later, I guess.
What, pitching?
Starting pitching this offseason, see what the options are.
We're talking as though the season's already over.
In my mind, it kind of is, brother. I don't know, man. They're losing 8-4 to the Pirates, man.
Yep.
To the Pirates at home with Nestor on the mound.
In front of a crowd that's hype for Aaron Judge's history.
Man. I get it's baseball and this stuff happens. Like a good team will beat a bad team, but this isn't the first time they've lost to bad teams or the first time they've lost. They've been losing left and right, and you need to get wins here. Like
you just need to maintain.
You're 5.5 over Toronto. There's still a world where you lose number 1 seed, you lose the division. That world still exists.
Yep, they need to go out there and at least play good enough to keep the division. Because I don't want no game 163 versus the Blue Jays. Imagine.
Oh,
imagine.
God. Oh, my God.
Well, Murph, going into the, last 2 weeks of baseball we have?
Let's see the schedule. I keep doing this, and I keep forgetting how many games they've got left.
Was it 16?
They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games left.
15 games left.
Not including the game tonight.
Yeah. We better at least maintain the division. And we have to go into the playoffs with some sort of damn momentum.
And they should. They play the Rangers. They play the Rangers the last 4 games of the season. The Rangers are a very bad team. They could literally easily win out. They could have a positive record, right? Let's just be honest with ourselves. I think they're losing tonight. They have to cover 5 runs in one half inning, right? That's going to be a tough ask. So they have to win tomorrow.
They don't have any fire right now.
They're going to have to win tomorrow. They have to go. Boston comes into town. I think they have to take 3 out of 4. They claim 4. 3 out of 4. Then they go to Toronto.
They'll give.
That's the rough one, man. That's the rough one.
Wait,
2 out of 3.
The other option if the Mariners lose?
The Guardians.
I'm honestly cool playing the Guardians.
I'm really cool playing the Guardians. You kidding me? I'm begging the Guardians to win that game. Some way, somehow.
No, isn't it a wild card series?
Yeah.
They got a best 2 or 3. That should be interesting, though, between those 2 guys.
Yep. I'm begging them to win that series some way, somehow.
Yes.
Win
they can do it. They can do it if the pitching shows up. But
I'd way rather play them than the Mariners.
We do have not a rough last stretch of the season, but much needed time to heat up and play baseball like the Yankees can, and they've done before. Because what they did exactly in Game 3, what they were capable of doing against any other team. Again, the pitching wasn't like the top gun from the Brewers, but we still were able to. We tacked on 12. The Yankees used to do that all the time in July and the former months before July. I'm not going to name them all because I don't want to talk about the good times in the Yankee season.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I mean, they could turn around. They've got 3 weeks to figure it out, to really go out there and go soul searching and dig deep, hopefully get healthy, and they need to have a positive record going into the playoffs meaning they need in these 3 weeks, they need to have a winning record. They need to win tomorrow. They need 3 out of 4 Boston. I'll take 1 from Toronto. They play the Orioles. Take 2 out of 3 from them. They take the Rangers, take 3 out of 4 from them. And then let's do it.
Go into the playoffs with a nice stretch.
Going to the playoffs. Hopefully you're happy. Hopefully the Yankees are riding in a high. Hopefully Judge is riding that high from both winning a triple crown and a home run record.
Well, Murph, couldn't have said it better. I think Sunday reconvene because I really don't know if I want to talk about the upcoming series individually. We can talk about postseason roster possibilities, and as we get players back, I think Sunday would be a great day to possibly talk about some Yankee baseball.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
Well, Murph, thank you for joining me today. Finally back at the Mic'd Up Savage stream. Good to be back. We'll see you all, hopefully, in the next one on Sunday.